Hello everyone, welcome to the Untold Story Show. My name is Hafi Junju, and many people have always been asking me about the reason as to why I came up with the Untold Stories Show. And today's guest, I think she's the reason as to why I came up with the Untold Stories Show. Many things that I learned from her. We had a brief discussion, and I learned how to listen to people, how to talk to people, and never to judge anyone regardless. I used to look at her in a way that is not good. Like, I used to judge her. I used to see some person who is not religious or in any way, but when I had a jazz with her, I got to know that she's totally different. And let me give her an opportunity to introduce herself. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, my name is Esther Trina. I'm a law student at Islamic University in Uganda. I'm in my third year. Welcome everyone. I welcome you all at the Untold Story Show with Happy. Thank you for inviting me.
So, Madam, I'm really happy and honored to be with you. I have a few questions to ask you, and I hope our discussion or our talk will be relevant and it will really educate. Our show is about educating the youth and the teenagers. So I think everything we are going to discuss will really be relevant to the youth and the teenagers. So you're the reason I came up with the Untold Stories Show. I think you know that. And today's topic is life of a girl child at campus and maybe beyond campus, because we're at campus for a meantime, then we have to live. And we need to talk about that. How is life at campus? How have you found life at campus? You as a girl child.
To begin with, when you were in high school, when they tell you you're going to go to campus, after senior 6 you're going to join, you'd feel so sweet. You'd just feel like, oh my goodness, when I reach campus, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. And now, me being a Christian, when I was told I'm going to join IU, I just felt like it was hell to me. And I even ran away from home because I did not want to join IU
University.
Not because
You were biased.
not because I didn't want to go to campus, but because I had bias. When I had Islamic University in Uganda, I thought when I get here, I'm going to be forced. I thought when I get here, I'm going to be forced, one, maybe to go for the prayers, two, the dress code. True, it was hard for me to adjust. So hard. And I got so many problems with the warden because there is a way they want you to dress like, and then there is a way you want to dress like. So it was so hard for me, so hard. But then with time, I adjusted because time came and I had no option and I had to join. And here we are. I joined. And you said, how did I find life? At first it was hard. But with time, I realized life at campus is not to live with how others live it, but life at campus is made by you, an individual. How best are you going to run it as a student or as someone who has entered the life that you have not been in? And you just have to adjust. You just have to learn, talk to yourself, and then life goes on.
Okay. Then how about the way of living?
The way of living at campus, it's hard. That is it's very hard. But then the best thing is how best can you go about it? One, as a girl child, the first thing I can say is we so much admire. That is the first thing. Two, there's what we call contentment. At campus, if you're not contented, then you might fail in one way or the other. Because this is an environment whereby you're going to meet children of the rich, you're going to meet people who are from moderate families, you're going to meet people who are from poor families. So it is upon you understanding where you are from that will give you a stand to either be contented or not to be. So if you choose not to be contented, you're going to face problems with life at campus, because you always want to meet the standards that are
Of
not
others.
yours.
That's
You always
why-
want to meet the standards that are not yours.
Yeah.
And then in the process, you're going to fail. If you don't get retakes in class, then you're going to end up maybe going around with men, messing up with life, because you want to at least fit in the society.
Then I've also seen some girls having abortions. What do you talk about that?
Girls having abortions, that comes as a result of, that's why I said, one, if you are not contented with the little you have, because most of the girls at campus, we don't work.
Yeah.
I-
I have
I-
different backgrounds.
Yes, most of the girls at campus don't work, even the boys. So since we are talking about the girl child here, now to some of us who are staying in hostel, one, you need a nice watch.
Yeah.
You're going to need a very good bag. You're going to need also to have that expensive phone. You know, these days it's iPhones, and you don't have an iPhone. You're carrying itel like me, and you're like,
Some
God,
of us
no.
have these Pesa phones.
You get, you're carrying a phone like mine, and you're like, no, I can't be this. And then you're going to get this sugar daddy, because they are there very many at campus, because at campus we study with big people, we study with fathers and grandfathers.
Yeah.
He's going to come with money, and he's going to tell you, you know what, there's money, and now what are you going to do?
You have to push around it.
These
You have
days
to
they
push
say
it.
something for something. He's
Yeah.
gonna give you money, and then you also have to give him whatever he will demand.
Mostly the
And
body.
getting pregnant is one of the consequences of having sex. You cannot run away from it. So maybe you are not mature, and you don't even know of the preventive measures one can take to prevent yourself from getting pregnant. So what will happen? You're going to go and sleep with this man and get pregnant. You are ashamed to tell your parents that, mommy, daddy, I am pregnant, in one way or the other. Or maybe you're not even ready to take care of this baby. You are not ready to become a mother, because not every woman is a mother. No. We have women, and then we have mothers. There are women who have given birth and abandoned, but there are women who have given birth and became mothers to the children.
Yeah.
So that will become as a result of not finding yourself responsible, and you'll end up aborting.
We call it a child having a child again.
Yes.
Then what are some of the challenges that you have faced at campus? Some of the bigger challenges that you really faced here, and you say, and maybe thank God for that you got ways of overcoming them.
Yeah, the challenges are many. To begin with, is there are a lot of temptations, because I don't want to say this, but temptations are many, in a way that you're going to look at yourself and then look at someone else. You're not like them.
Yeah.
Yes, you're sitting in the same class, the same lecturers are teaching you, but you're not like them. You feel like being like them.
Yeah.
You get? So that becomes a challenge to someone who has not maybe been given that too much exposure, to someone who does not know that that's life. We are not equal.
Yeah.
So it becomes a challenge.
If you talk about that, life is not equal, indeed. Because you find that you're sitting in the same class with a person, your age mate, but this person will come out with a habaya of 300,000 or 400, but you're putting on a dress of even 10K, because they're there.
Yeah.
So you find that life is just not equal, but we just need to balance it. Then
True.
the challenges, the other challenges.
The other challenge I can say is, no guys come your way. That is the truth.
Yeah.
This one comes, the other one comes, the other one comes. And they even come, and you feel like, God, this is heaven.
Yeah.
You get?
reached heaven.
You just feel like, no, this is heaven. But it all goes back to what you want, what you want to be, who you are, and then what you would love people to learn from you.
Yeah.
So guys come, They are there and they have money. I tell you, because these days everything is surrounded about money. You know, the devil knows that it is only money that everyone wants.
Yeah.
So the devil comes with money,
Yeah.
and no one can reject money, you want it or not.
Yeah.
So guys come your way and you're like, God, what is this?
Yeah.
But what matters, it goes back to the heart. Yes, it's not bad to love, because I believe in courtship as an individual.
Yeah. I once discussed with some girl, like a lady. She told me, "Hati, how do you survive at campus? There are many handsome men at campus." Then she told me, if I was at campus just like you people, I would have been pushing with each and every guy. Like, I would give out my body to each and every person, because they're handsome and again have the money. But she would have given out her body even for free, just because the guy is even handsome.
Yes, they come with money and they're handsome.
Yeah.
But there's one thing we have to learn is that every time someone picks money and they give you, just not. There's a friend of mine who told me that the world gives you what you invest in it. Life is like an investment. If you invest 90%, be it in social life, be it in education, be it in friendship, that is the exact percentage life is going to give you.
Yeah.
If you invest wickedness, if you invest evil, if you invest fornication, the consequences that are going to come your way are 90% the investments you put in. So if you want to get results in life, then you should always invest what is positive. You always have positive. But if you invest what is negative, trust me, you'll have the percentage that you have invested that is negative.
Yeah, and it's also about, there is some person I was discussing with, and he told me, if you're to look around the people, like we have that cycle, like the circle of friends that we have. If you look around, all the friends that I have, Tina, I have this one, I have this one. So if the friends that are, like the people you call your friends, if these people are really bad, it means you're also bad in one way or the other. Because God will always bring for you people who match like your behaviors. If you're good, God will always bring you people who are good. If you're bad, indeed you get people who are really bad.
But that also goes back to what an individual wants, because I have watched people who have been with very toxic people. I have watched people who have come from very poor families. So imagine someone is coming from a poor family. So if you decide as an individual that I have to change the life of my family, I have to change the background of my father. If my father did not go to school, at least I will go to school and my children will go to school.
It's about
So it's all about
vision.
Yes, a vision.
Yeah.
Decision determines your destiny. What you decide today is going to determine what your destiny is going to be like.
You also talk about there are some girls who really fear to come out. Like, this person doesn't believe in herself. The person, even if she wants to try out something, will say, how will people judge me? How will this person see me? Like, how have you been
I
that
understand.
confident
People-
person?
Yeah,
Exactly.
how have I been that confident person?
Yeah.
I have been confident because I don't look for the world's opinion. I don't sit down, and even when I am going to say something, even when I am going to give a speech, I will not address my mind to what people are going to think about what I'm talking about. But I will stay confident with what I'm going to say, because my opinion will always be my opinion. And your opinion, I don't need it. You get? So that got me so confident, so straightforward, because I'm straightforward.
Yeah.
I call A, Z is Z.
Yeah,
That is me.
that I know.
So if you don't believe in yourself, you'll always fail in everything.
Yeah.
If you
about
don't
confidence.
have trust in what you want to become, trust me, you'll always fail in each and everything. And now the problem is that the world we are in is so negative. I always tell my friends that the world is not your mother. And people always feel like, no, Uganda is our motherland, so the world is my mother. Yes, the world is your mother because it gave birth to you. Uganda is our motherland because you are born in Uganda. But then what do I mean when I say the world is not your mother? the world does not pity you. It does not care what you're going through.
Yeah.
And even if you're sick of maybe malaria today,
Mm.
the world is going to bring typhoid tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're crying here today, or because they have stolen your pencil or maybe your pen, your book in the hostel, tomorrow someone else is going to admire your phone and steal it. That is
Yeah.
the world, and that's what I mean by saying the world is not your
And
mother.
it's not even this, like, it doesn't matter where you come from,
The
because you
world
find
does not
people
care.
even stealing a person from the poorest background.
The world does not care about you. They don't care. So it is upon yourself to sit yourself like, Trina, this is you. You're from this background. This is what you want. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You can make it. You don't need anyone to tell you can make it, young girl. You don't need anyone.
Yeah.
I believe in myself. I can make it. Even when I fail, maybe that is a lesson that is going to push me to another level.
Yeah. And okay, this is a bit personal, sensitive, but when I had a jazz with you, the first time I had a very serious jazz with you, you told me that you've always been with a stepmother, and how has been, like, how have you been? How have you found life with a stepmother?
Yeah, I have been with a stepmother, and to begin with, I love her so much because it is because of her that I am what I am today. There are a lot of negative things that are going to come because now you're living with someone. Yes, I am going to say it's not your biological mother, but it can be your mother, because if your mother was not there for you and she was not there, then that removes the name of a woman from her to a mother, because she has mothered you. There are a lot of negative things because most of those children that have been with stepmothers, they are never good.
And at times
You
people
never
have a
do
different
anything
perception.
good. You never do anything good. Not until time comes that you can stand as an individual and speak for yourself and stand, that you'll even feel like they have now started welcoming you. You start becoming a daughter, you start becoming a son. But it all takes patience. If you're patient with life, then life
Everything
brings
will
a lot
be
to you.
easy.
Because personally, I've been patient with life, so patient. I don't think there's anyone patient
Like that.
like I am. I am so patient with life. And I learned this. No one taught me to be patient. I learned to be patient because maybe you have no one to cry to. That is one. You have no one to solve your problem. That is two. So all you do, you're like, no, let me wait. And that is patience.
Just console yourself.
You console yourself. Actually, I don't think I can cry. Me. There's nothing that can make me cry.
To heart,
I don't.
There is a statement that you made when we were jazzing. You told me, Happy, if you ever find a girl or any child living with a stepmother but going through like any kind of hardship, never advise that person to leave home. What did you mean?
Yes, if you find someone in a problem, if you find someone living with someone who is not a parent to them, why did I say never advise them to leave that place?
Yeah, regardless of the condition.
Yes. I remember adding something like, if they're given food and they are sleeping, they have a shelter on their head.
And you told me, and if that person is not sexually abused.
Yes, if that person is not sexually abused. The reason I said that person should not be sent away from home, because I argue out that there is no disciplined person, there is no disciplined girl and disciplined boy, like someone who has not grown up with the parents. Those people who have not grown up with the parents, they are the most disciplined people you can meet, because one, they know no one is there to defend them. They will always be careful in whatever they do, and they will always be so hard working.
Yeah.
And the reason they do that, because they have no defense, they have no fighter, they have no one to stand for them. So they will always stand for themselves. They will even think, I am doing this, isn't it going to affect me in some way or the other? And before they do it, they will think. And those people are so hard working, and it is hard to get those people being unsuccessful in life. unless they are just, should I say, dense. Those people are so hardworking because they know what they are not taught, but they teach themselves life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the kind of life you go through
teaches you.
teaches you. Yeah. Then the other thing I wanted to ask you about. Um, okay, let's leave all that. But which kind of advice or what advice do you give to the youth and the teenagers that you really need to tell these people and make them strong? Like whoever is going through any kind of hardship, like which kind of advice do you give this person?
So to the young girls out there, the young boys out there who feel like they're suffering, who feel like no, the world is against them, who feel like life is so hard, my dear sister, my dear brother, I tell you that life is not hard. No one is against you, but that is life. That is what life is teaching you. You are going to come out as a very strong person. You're going to be a person people are going to look at. Just give it time. Because I always say that time is the best judge. Trust me, give it a little time. A very little time. My auntie always told me when I was in high school that, Esther, you have very little time. The time is going to come and you'll be free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And the time is here that I may have all the time, but I feel like it's not even enough. So if you're out there and you feel like you're neglected, you feel like life is so hard, just give it a little time. Don't run away from a problem. Running away from a problem is not solving it. I believe that standing and going through that challenge is going to give you a testimony tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have a very big testimony, not because I ran away from problems that came my way. It is only because I stood as a young girl, I stood as someone who was determined. And today I have a testimony.
Yeah.
So don't run away from problems. Face them. And tomorrow you're going to be
Your
there.
last word, the very last word to these
My last word, I think I've said it. I said decision determines destiny. What you decide today is going to determine you tomorrow. Determine as a wise person. Don't look at people because the world is so negative. The world is so negative. So decide as an individual because I don't think you can decide wrongly for your life.
Yeah. And it's all about what you believe.
Yes. Believe in yourself. Everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm so much honored being with you, and thank you all my followers, the people who have tried to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Untold Stories Show, and those watching. Thank you very much. It's Happy Junju everywhere: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Thank you.